I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round.
Hey, happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Wow, you know, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I think, yeah, I don't think I've done one of these since I went on vacation. So I figured it was high time for me to get back in the zone, and more importantly, I have a lot of brewing to do here shortly. Look at all this freaking grain I just got. Yeah, so one of the reasons I'm excited right now is because, you know, I always gripe when it's too cold and it's snowing and I'm shoveling snow, and then I gripe when, you know, it's hot as Hades for, you know, 3 months. And I'm ready for the fall season to get here because my favorite kind of beer comes out in the fall. All these nut browns and Oktoberfest, and then, you know, pretty soon we'll start having all the porters coming out. So that's kind of what I picked up today. I picked up some ingredients for an Oktoberfest. We got a block party. It's in early October. I think like this is the first Sunday in October. But they asked me to. I did an Oktoberfest last year. It was a pretty big hit, so they asked me to do even more this year. So I'm going to do what I call Blocktoberfest. And I've got a Dean's Nuttier Brown that I'm going to make. And I changed up the recipe a little bit. But it's going to be a nice, dark, toasty, deep, rich ale. So we'll have 2 kegs this time. The last one went in like 35 minutes. I don't know if you remember, the old lady came up and said, "Hey, I'm used to, you know, beers tasting like cat piss, and yours doesn't taste like cat piss." You might have caught that one in my previous videos. So hopefully she's there again and she enjoys. But before I get started with any more updates, it's time for a Wednesday evening charge. So this is I think I've mentioned this one before. This is from DC Brau, On the Wings of Armageddon. Pretty good double IPA. I think it uses strictly Falconer's Flight for the hops in it, but it's a really good IPA. So when I went to my homebrew store today, I lucked out. They had a whole bunch of this in there, and they also had Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest, and I got turned on to that from Nate. Thank you so much, Nate. That was a very good call. That is probably my favorite beer right now, that Oktoberfest. I've drank one every day, so I'm trying to ration it right now. But if you haven't had Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest, you have got to get some of that stuff. It is amazing. So once the secret gets out, you won't be able to find it. I think it's kind of already started. So anyway, cheers to everybody. So, updates. Oh, man, that's good. All right, so updates. I had, complained earlier about the SJ Pour Challenge session requirement. Didn't think I could, squeeze enough taste out of it. I have sitting right over there in my keg, my SJ Pour Challenge entry. I'm going to let that thing sit and, bright tank it, I guess you call it. I'm going to let that thing sit there for a while. I got, pretty good mouthfeel on it, I think, for a session beer. Got really, really good taste and aroma, I think. I like, well, you'll see. You guys in the Eastern Hub. Hopefully I get past the Eastern Hub this time and some of you other guys get to taste some of my competition beer. We'll see. I heard there's another addition potentially to the East Coast Hub this year if he decides to, enter his beer in that hub, and he probably will. So that's going to even up the stakes a little more. But that's going to be fun because I get to taste it too. So anyway, I'm like all charged up. I'm all fired up for the SJ Pour. I'm going to let that thing sit. I'm even doing a slow. Normally I like force carb this thing in like 2.5 days. I'm taking every precaution I can. I was very, very careful. I'm always careful with sanitation, but I was very careful this time with sanitation. Extra careful. I'm doing a slow carb method instead of the fast 2.5 day carb method. So I'll do it for 5 days instead of 2.5 days, and see what happens. I want to give this thing every chance of success, and hopefully it ends up being a good beer. And you guys in the East Coast and hopefully you guys and their other hubs get to taste it. So anyway, cheers to that. So I just got back from a vacation, and if I can, I'll cut to a little film clip here of a fish called a cobia. I went deep sea fishing with my German cousin-in-law Patrick, and we were trying to get a cobia. A cobia is like kind of if you're out there fishing in the Outer Banks, that's kind of the big fish. I guess they're on the run right now. They head from south and they head up and they make the run kind of like salmon to the Chesapeake. So it starts out in June or May, I think, into May, and it's like just a shitload of them, and then it kind of tapers off through the summer. So we were really, really lucky. We went out, caught a couple of mahi-mahi or dorados, whatever you want to call them. Caught some fake tuna. They call them albacore tuna, I guess. It's cool. It's tuna. It's fun to catch, but you don't really want to eat them. And then we were on the way back, and he goes, "Hey, let's see if we can find a cobia." So Patrick went up on top on the crow's nest with the captain and just happens to spot this fish. And he's like, "Hey," and the captain was on the phone and goes, "Oh crap!" And he drops it, throws the lure out there about 6 inches in front of or 6 feet in front of the fish. The fish hits it. It was an artificial lure. I'm sitting down there trying to stay out of the sun because my pasty ass, I don't want to be red as a freaking lobster. So I'm hanging out underneath the lower deck, and all I hear is like, "Cobia," and I'm like, "Where?" And they're like, "Here." And they hand me the reel from the upper deck, and I grab this reel, and the damn pole's like, bent over. Ended up being like a 50-pound cobia, 45, 50-pound cobia. So hopefully I was able to put the picture in there.
Is that better? Oh, 10 times better. Yeah. Holy cow!
He's gonna get my foot. Oh yeah, it's a good video.
Oh my!
It was just a lot of fun. I fought it for about 10 minutes, and I gave it to Patrick because he'd never caught you don't have those kind of fish in Germany. So he pulled it and he fought that thing for like 30 minutes, and we got it in. So good times. What else? I was able to keep my kids from getting eaten by great white sharks, so that was good. We did see a shark out there. Matter of fact, Patrick was out there surfing, and he saw a fin that was about 1 foot tall, and that's a pretty damn big shark. I mean, I saw a fin when I was in Florida growing up that was only about like this big, and that was enough to scare the bejesus out of me. So I can't imagine what that must have been like for him seeing a foot tall freaking fin out there. But he was getting out, and he mentioned some other guy, "Hey, there's a big ass fin out there," and the dude's like, "Oh, that's the way I want to go," and the guy paddles out there. So go figure. You see all these shark attacks on the East Coast. Maybe that's a little bit of Darwinism. I don't know. So what else? So all right. So I got this brood. So at the homebrew store today, my wife went away on a business trip, and when my wife went away on a business trip. She's gone this week. She doesn't get back till this weekend. She's hanging out in Chicago. My kids have when we came back from Outer Banks, the kids just went home with Grandma. So they've been in Myrtle Beach ever since we came back from Outer Banks. This is my my second week starting on my new job. I'm actually wearing suits these days, and as you can tell, the facial hair went away. I got tired of it. My wife didn't really like it, so back to the normal guy. Although my hair's a little longer, But anyway, I'm in my second week, so there's not really a whole lot going on at work. My wife's gone, my kids are gone, so what do? I go to the homebrew store and pick up all the grain for the block party, but I also pick up this nice little dadu right here, which is going to be the temperature controller for my downstairs vertical fridge I have, which I'm going to turn into a firm chamber. I tried to use a device that Barrage Brewer, and thank you so much, Barrage Brewer, sent me, but I think it had a defect in it or something. I never could get it to work, so went and picked this thing up. It's like $84, so wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna throw that in there and do a test run, see if I can get the temperature down. Because when I do this Oktoberfest, I want to. Oh, by the way, if you plan on doing Oktoberfest and you haven't been to your local homebrew store, let me give a plug in for the grain bill. You better go visit them because dudes are buying up the freaking Oktoberfest. I had to buy one in advance from my local homebrew store, and they're going to call me Friday. I think they're expecting it in. So if you're planning on doing Oktoberfest, you better either order some online from the grain bill or any of our other sponsors for SJ Pour, or go pick one up or order online somehow and have delivered. So that's that. What else? So the beers I'm going to make, so I'm going to do the Oktoberfest. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also going to do this nut brown ale, and I've got some really cool. Picked up some dark crystal malt from the UK. I'll use that. Got a whole bunch of like special roast and victory, and 10 pounds of Morris Otter, Maris Otter. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. Can't wait. All right, so that's that. Olympics. I can't believe that moron from South Africa was talking smack to Michael Phelps. Apparently, he didn't get the freaking memo that Michael Phelps is the most decorated Olympian of all times. And an easy way to get somebody to whip your ass in the pool during the Olympics is to, shadow box in front of them in the waiting room and stare them down during all the prelims and the semifinal heats. So that's what happened last night. Phelps got in the pool, and our boy Leclos is just freaking decimated. Didn't even make the podium, and Michael Phelps took gold. So anyway, that was fun. I had to stay up to watch that, and then once I watched that, then of course the ladies' gymnastics, the women's gymnastics came on, and we freaking rocked that too. So I did a post on Facebook. I really wish, with all the freaking doom and gloom in American politics right now, and all the crap you see day in, day out, and all the back and forth, between Hillary and Trump, wouldn't it be nice if the same patriotism and exceptionalism that we're seeing displayed out there on the Olympic stadium and podium, if we could see that in our government, man, how great would that be? Imagine what we could accomplish. But anyway, I digress. What else is going on? Wow. I think I kind of spilled my guts just now. I don't know if I have a whole lot more to say. It's kind of quiet right now. It's echoing in here. Everybody's gone. It's fun for a little bit, and then you start missing your kids and start missing your wife, and do have a buddy that I'm going to be hanging out with tomorrow night. He just moved into town. He's got a job here working in D.C., so I haven't seen him in a few years. It's been a few years. Actually, no, I saw him a while back, but it'd be fun to. We're going to go hit a pub tomorrow and have him come down here and check out the Dean's List pub. So anyway, I think it's game on, man. We'll see how this beer comes out. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to tasting everybody's beers. I'm going to try to get caught up as much as I can the next couple of days I have with some downtime. Get caught up on everybody's videos. And sorry, I've been kind of out of the net right now. Starting a new job right after I came back from vacation was significant. It was a significant emotional event. But I think I'm finally to a steady state, and I can start putting some more videos out. Anyway, hey, have a happy Homebrew Wednesday, and have a happy homebrew, and we'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Cheers.
I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.